Why, hello, friends.
Spooky hello.
That's right, today's adventure brings us back to Universal Studios Hollywood. I know, Universal Studios twice in 1 week? Who are we? It's true, it's been a while since we did videos at Universal, but we are fans, obviously, and I'm a team member here as well. So we're trying to get in the habit of doing more content at Universal. For today's Universal Studios video, we are gonna do one of our favorite things. That's right, it's not spooky season yet, but it will be. It'll be right around the corner before you know it. Halloween Horror Nights 2024 will be here sooner than you think. I mean, the construction has started after all, which it usually does around this time of year, and today specifically, we're gonna go check that out. That's right, we love HHN speculation, especially me as a previous scare actor at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. 10 years, give or take, maybe 11, you know, not that I like to brag or anything, but I know a little bit about scare acting and Halloween Horror Nights. So we are gonna check out the construction today and give you guys some of our thoughts about Halloween Horror Nights 2024 and maybe speculate what houses, not mazes, houses, are gonna be out this year for 2024. That's right, so follow us along, why don't you, back to Universal Studios Hollywood and to check out some of the HHN maze construction. I'm sorry, house construction. Okay, as you can see, we're at the escalator right now to check out the maze construction, or sorry, house construction over at the Mummy Q. There's also another one located right behind Transformers over there. Very interesting. Now, we were just on the studio tour and we did catch a glimpse of the house construction going on over at Curious George.
We did. Oh my gosh, yes.
Get more information about the Super Nintendo World area. It's going to give you like the show times, the wait times. It'll definitely help you, navigate the rest of your day in the park. We're open until 10 o'clock tonight, so you've got plenty of time to explore out there.
A very quick glimpse, but you can see the facade of it. It's kind of like a red-ish kind of wood color. Kind of nice that they're coming along so far already.
They are.
At least it appears to be the facade. I guess we don't know this early in the game, but that would most likely be the entrance to the maze over there. They usually have two houses over near Curious George,
right,
in recent years, so we can expect that again this year, I would say. Now, I'm curious, what do you think those mazes might be? There is a rumor that maybe Chucky will return.
I think that's a strong rumor. Also here, what do you think? Is that the entrance or the exit?
I would imagine it is the entrance. That's the facade there. That's what I think. Because for The Last of Us, that is where the entrance was for the past couple years, I think. But you never know. Maybe, in the past for mazes such as This Is the End, some of the ones in previous years, this was the exit of the maze and not the entrance. So you never know what they're gonna do. But just by the looks of it, I would say this is the entrance. I wonder what it's gonna be. What do you think, Mom?
I don't, right now it's too early for me, but it looks pretty fancy right now. It looks big.
Yeah, I like what they've done with it so far. Nice to see. And over here is presumably where the exit will be, or the entrance. Pretty soon, this is gonna be a spooky HHN house. Before you know it, in a blink of an eye, it's gonna be haunt season, the best time of the year. And there's another maze that's being built right behind Transformers. Not a lot to see over there, but we're gonna zoom in. There she is, she's looking so beautiful. There we go, look at that. I wonder what that maze is gonna be. I mean, we can make guesses, but it's hard to tell this early what it's gonna be. First of all, last year they used a couple of the stages for some of the mazes. They put The Exorcist in one of the stages, and Stranger Things as well, obviously. But these mazes, I don't know, one of the rumors is A Quiet Place. What do you think of that rumor,
Definitely
Mom?
A Quiet Place, no doubt. Now here it is interesting. It looks like it's going into a sound stage. What do you think, Linz?
The maze?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't think so. But I do think they'll utilize the stages like they did last year. But this is definitely outdoors right here.
Okay.
So what do you think about The Quiet Place being a maze, Mom?
Do you know, it's one of my favorite movies. It really, truly is.
Of course.
So I think it's a go. I think it's a great idea.
I mean, I think it sounds like a likely rumor. I'm just curious to see how they're gonna make it work in a haunted house, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Because the whole universe exists where they're trying to be quiet. So is the maze going to be quiet, or is there going to be sound? Or if there's sound, is something going to trigger, pop out? Or like, how are they going to make this work? I love the movie, but how is that going to interpret in a maze? You know
We'll
what I mean?
have to leave it up to the creative people. They'll do
yeah.
it.
I mean, when they first were going to do the Exorcist house a while back, we were all like, how are you going to make that into a maze? It's literally a movie about a little girl in a bed, the whole movie. How is that going to be put into a scary maze? But it was one of the scariest mazes that HHN has had.
People loved it.
Of course, because, I mean, what's scarier than a 12-year-old possessed girl? Nothing. I'm sorry. Reagan is a badass, just saying.
She is.
But what I mean is they made that maze work, which was a little questionable. And so I'm sure they could take A Quiet Place and make it pretty awesome.
It's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, if that is the maze this year, like we all speculate, I'm curious to see how it unfolds. Now, another rumored maze is that Ghostbusters is going to make a return. So I'm curious to know if that maze is going to be like maybe right over there, perhaps. Now, I don't know for sure what mazes are coming back this year, but just from being a scare actor for the past, I don't know, 10, 11 years, but who's counting? That sounds to me like a likely rumor that Ghostbusters is coming back, I would say.
Do you know what? I seriously think it is. I think it's coming back. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for another Ghostbusters.
I think so because the new movie came out this year. It was a popular maze back in 2019. And you know that every once in a while, Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood and Orlando, they have repeat mazes if they were successful. And since the movie came out this year and it's so strongly rumored, I feel like Ghostbusters is a go.
Me too. Where do you think it's gonna go?
That I don't know. Maybe over here. I would say one of the tents, maybe. Or if not one of the tents here, maybe over at Curious George. They could put it over there easy.
Sure.
I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm curious to see if they're going to change the maze at all from 2019. Add some additions or whatnot. But it's cool. What I remember for sure is that it was a very expensive maze.
I'll bet.
That they spent a big budget on it when they did it, like almost more than they should have in 2019. So I think in light of that, they should bring it back.
Excellent.
Okay, we're over at Mel's Diner. Really quickly, I want to show you this construction going on. Not a lot to see. You can't see a facade or anything, but there was nothing here about a week ago. But it's still pretty cool to see it boarded up like this. Before we know it, I bet we're going to see a facade here. Like any day now. It could be tomorrow for all we know. But we know that they've started something in there. Now there is a rumor that Dracula is maybe returning, but maybe he's going to have his own house.
Okay.
So that might be kind of interesting to see.
I think so.
That seems like a likely rumor just because they always do some kind of classic monster maze, right?
Right.
And Dracula, I think he's been a part of some of them, but I know they've had Frankenstein, they've had the Wolfman.
I'm ready for Dracula.
No, I kind of wish they'd have Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Ooh.
Because they're celebrating an anniversary this year, I think.
You're right.
I believe.
Yes.
If they pulled that off, I feel like that would make a great house.
That would be amazing. Wow.
I think so. That's a rumor I'm just starting. I mean, I think it would make sense because it's the one of the anniversaries this year.
Let's start the rumor.
Let's start it, yeah. But I think that the bigger rumor is that maybe Dracula or some kind of monster maze will return.
Okay.
As a former scare actor, that sounds like a likely rumor as well because they usually always do a monster maze, like I said. But what's going to be over here? What do you guys think this maze is going to be? Okay, everybody, well, that wraps up our video for now, but just a couple closing thoughts. First of all, HHN 2024, we're so excited, yay! Lots of interesting rumored mazes. Of course, just so you guys know, these are just rumors. They're no guarantees. It's all a speculation. We're not sure if these mazes are coming or not. It's just fun to speculate, and it's fun to see all the maze construction and see all this unfold.
And see if you're right and see if you're wrong.
Maybe. It could be something totally different for all we know. On that note, another possible rumor is Blumhouse returning. Specifically in Blumhouse, Megan.
I loved Megan.
Megan would be great, and I think I heard Insidious too, and another one. The other one is Imaginary. I think that's a Blumhouse movie. I've actually never heard of it or seen it.
No, you've seen them all.
I'm sure it's good, but Megan, I was really hoping Megan would come as a maze or house last year.
Agreed.
That would be a really fun house. That would be a really fun scare actor role to play, actually.
Agreed.
Megan, I think. I don't know. Yeah, they had the Megan Dancers last year.
Right.
Over at the DreamWorks Theater. That was a pretty fun show. Maybe it'll make a return this year too, but if they had a Megan maze, and Insidious too, oh my gosh, that was like the scariest house ever back in the day. We'd have people dropping on the floor. Not saying I was in that maze and that I was part of making people fall to the ground and getting scared, but if I were, then, you know, I would be a witness to the fact that that maze is one of the scariest mazes I think that HHN has ever had, just saying.
Well, you look pretty Megan to me.
I could be Megan, don't you?
Yeah.
Now, a couple of years back, the Blumhouse maze or house was located at Waterworld.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, I don't think they can have it there this year.
Oh.
They didn't last year because they had a Slaughter World, or the show there.
Slaughter World.
They had the Purge show, you know, because they wanted to add shows to the event. And they used to have Jabberwockies. It seems likely they'll bring back the Waterworld show this year as well.
Okay.
So they can't really build a maze over there. They'll have to move it somewhere else. On that note, so the 60th anniversary studio tour runs till August 11th. How are they going to do Terror Tram? What do you think, Mom?
Oh my gosh. There's a thought.
I think they will have Terror Tram. I'm not saying they're going to cancel Terror Tram, but they might have to, they need to, you know, they start building this stuff really early in the year, and they can't do that if they have all that stuff going on there for the 60th. So they might have to reroute people, I think.
Interesting. We've got a roller coaster.
So I'm guessing that Terror Tram might be in a new section this year than the previous years, but again, this is all speculation. But I think they might have to reroute people and build somewhere else.
Agree.
But what do you guys think of that? And what do you think of Halloween Horror Nights 2024? What houses do you think they'll have this year? Let us know in the comments. Okay, friends, stay safe out there. Stay awesome and spooky. And perhaps sometime we'll catch you at Universal Studios Hollywood. Have a great day, everybody, and
thank you so much for watching. Bye.